Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Berkley High School Auditorium. Students, parents, family members, friends, staff members, it is our pleasure to welcome you to the Angell Elementary Class of 2016 fifth grade celebration. Would you please join us by standing as our graduates process in? Please remain standing as we invite the following students up to lead us in the pledge. Marley Dancel, Isaac Dean, Kevin Herrera Isidoro, Joshua Reedy, Sophia Sims, and Christian Tubbs. Fifth graders, wait just a minute. The rest of you may take a seat. All right, fifth graders, go ahead and take a seat. I promise you that is the last time today I'm calling you fifth graders. We appreciate you being here this afternoon. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Vince Gigliotti, and I am the proud principal here at Angell School. Today, I get the pleasure of introducing this class to you. Let me take just a moment on behalf of our school board, our superintendent, Mr. McDavid. They wanted me to express their sincere gratitude to this graduating class today, and they wanted me to recognize that when we say graduating class, we mean of 2023, their high school graduation. That's pretty impressive when you think about it. I also want to thank all the staff at Angell School who played a huge part in helping all of our students get here today. And a nice thank you to all of our parents, our grandparents, family, friends, anybody who's been working behind the scenes all these years to help them get to this point today. Alan Alda once said, "When you embark for strange places, don't leave any of yourself safely at the shore. Have the nerve to go into unexplored territory." This quote spoke to me as I reflected on my 14 years of working in middle schools, and as I thought about what you're going to experience over the next 3 years. The word strange. Middle school can be a strange time for both our students and our families. But why? Well, it's a time of huge change, emotional change, social change, and as you saw by the baby pictures, huge physical change. It's a time of uncertainty. It's a time of transition from childhood into adolescence. And it's a time where your loving, kind child seeks to become their own person. So I would like to equip our parents and our soon-to-be middle schoolers with some advice that will help you march bravely towards this unexplored territory. Parents, smile, laugh, cry as needed. Sometimes that will happen in a span of 60 seconds. But don't panic, that's normal. Be patient. Trust me, you will need this because your capable, well-adjusted child will resort to saying, huh, what, and why more than any other word that they have in the dictionary. But rest assured, they will regain full use of their extensive vocabulary. Most importantly, though, be present. They will tell you they don't want you there, but you need to be there. You need to know who their friends are, you need to know what their new interests are, and you need to know what's going on with social media. Believe it or not, you matter now more than ever. Now soon to be middle schoolers. I'm going to ask you, take the time to enjoy your new adventures. The unknown can be a little scary, but it's also super exciting. Take on the challenge to meet new people. This is your comfort zone right now. These are the students, for the most part, you've been with for many, many years. You're now going to join 2 other elementary schools. A lot of new faces, a lot of new friends. I'm going to ask you to recognize that you are more capable than you will ever know. I want you to be a stand-up person and not a person who stands by. I want you to approach each day and every moment as an adventure worth taking. I want you to accept failure as an opportunity to learn. I want you to own those mistakes. You're going to make many of them. That's what growing up is all about. And middle school seems to be where they all happen. That's okay. All we ask is that you learn from them and don't repeat the same ones over and over again. And then please be kinder than you need to be. You never know when that smile that you give somebody, or that pat on the back, or that little gesture that you make makes all the difference in the day for somebody else. I've never heard anyone be criticized for being kinder than they have to be. So do that every day. And finally, always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Best of luck in middle school. The next part of our celebration today is to recognize the students who worked above and beyond and achieved outstanding accomplishments. As we read the awards and recognitions, we are going to ask those students to stand and be recognized as their name is called. I will present the art awards for Mrs. Garlock. She would like to congratulate 2 outstanding students, Hector Buchai and Morgan Kopitz, for their outstanding work in art throughout the whole year. Families, I should let you know that everything that your students are getting today are neatly packed in these envelopes for you. So certificates will not get rolled up or creased. Everything is in a nice, neat package that they will get at the end. So as you see students being recognized, that recognition will also be in those folders. I would like to now ask Mrs. Gulasarian, who will recognize our Music Award recipients and Safety Patrol members.
Hi. Please stand when I call your name. Most contributive choir member, Savannah Moncrief. Please stand. Most versatile musician, this is a person who could play any part in the marimba ensemble that I ask this person to play without saying, oh, that's too hard, or I can do it. Versatile musician, Isaac Dean. Most improved musician. This is like, since I've had this one since kindergarten all the way up, this one always asks the question like, I'm not sure I get this. And she's grown and grown and grown this whole time. Emily Shepard. Mr. Voigt's Awards, most valuable band member, Nico Bronzetti. Most improved band member, Caitlin Ward. From the beautiful Mrs. Kilbride, champion bass player from the orchestra, Isaac Cohen. Best effort in orchestra, Anna Snyder. Good job, everybody. Sit down. Sit down now. All right, please stand now as I recognize our wonderful safety patrol members. These kids got out of bed extra early to serve in the morning, and they stayed later after school at the end of the day, and they showed up faithfully, and we celebrated last week with a wonderful trip to the Tigers game. Wasn't that fun? Yeah. All right. Please stand when I call your name. Zachary Barno. Amelia Budnick. Avery DeGuano. Reagan Dick. Aiden Eldridge. Hayden Groves. Morgan Kopitz. Brett Lehman. Ryan Mallory Williams. Lily Masick. Morgan Newby. Ian Nikolai. Evan Swartz. Hillary Schnook. Christian Tubbs. Jillian Dion. Emily Halloran. Kevin Herrera Isidoro. Drew Kirby. Savannah Moncrief. Nico Bronzetti. Isaac Dean. Alyssa Hornack. Reed Johnson. Sawyer Jones. Seth Manter. Melvin Miller. Joseph Ozanich. Joshua Reedy. Anna Snyder. Alexis Toole. Maxwell Walstead. Jesse Wilder. Can we give them all a big hand? Excellent, good. Excellent. Nice job, everybody. Thanks for working so hard. I would like now to introduce our media specialist, the beautiful Mrs. McKeenan, who will present the Media Center Awards. Is that correct? Yes.
Good afternoon. I'd like to congratulate some students for helping in the Media Center and going above and beyond. So for outstanding behavior in the Media Center, quality work in technology, and overall helpfulness. I have 2 students that I'm recognizing today. Kylie Hamlin, could you please stand? And my tech guru is Trent Phillips. Thank you. And I am also one of the student council sponsors. So on behalf of the rest of us, Ms. Bassett, Mrs. Mayton, and myself, I'd like to recognize this year's student council. So please stand to be recognized when I call your name. Reagan Dick. Joshua Reedy. Seth Manter. Brett Lehman. Olivia Richmond. Savannah Moncrief. And please give these student council representatives a big round of applause. You may be seated. Mr. G is here to present the Physical Fitness Awards on behalf of Mr. Price.
Mr. Price sends his regrets. He is over at Angell teaching today. He would have loved to have been here for this moment. But he asked me to recognize these students who are this year's Physical Fitness Award winners. Please stand to be recognized. Amelia Budnick. Isaac Cohen. Sophie Kuko. Morgan Kopitz. Brett Lehman. Ian Nikolai. Haley Stevenson. Christian Tubbs. Drew Kirby. Sophia Sims. Caitlin Ward. Cameron Tackett. Kylie Hamlin. Reed Johnson. Sawyer Jones. Seth Manter. Olivia Richmond. Joshua Reedy. Max Walstead. And Jesse Wilder. Congratulations, students. And now Mrs. Ozanich will present the Social Studies Awards.
Children should be instructed and educated in the principles of freedom. John Adams, 1787. The 5th grade year focuses on the foundation of our country. Students learned about the government and culture of the earliest people. They sailed through the age of discovery. They empathized with the earliest colonists when they settled in the New World, and lived vicariously through our nation's founders as they studied the events leading up to the Revolutionary War. The recipients of this award truly understands the principles of freedom. These students put forth exceptional effort while learning the history behind the formation of our country. This year's Social Studies Award is proudly presented to Jillian Dion, Seth Manter, Savannah Moncrief, and Hillary Snook. Okay. Everyone, please welcome Mrs. Schiffman, who will present the Math Awards.
It has been said that hard work spotlights the character of people. Some turn up their sleeves, some turn up their noses, and some don't show up at all. By Sam Ewing. I would like to recognize a few students that worked very hard all year to improve their understanding of the math concepts taught. These students were persistent in their effort and their desire to master a subject that was at times really hard for them. They are on their way to becoming solid mathematicians, and I am confident that they will continue in their pursuit of excellence in math in the coming years. I am so proud to recognize Sydney Crenshaw, Riley McCombs, and Ella Thiel. Congratulations. I'm also going to be presenting some reading awards. So as teachers, one of our greatest gifts that we hope to have given your child this year is a love of reading. Together, the students have read hundreds and hundreds of books. And as classes, we have shared some memorable read-alouds. We were on the edge of our seats as we learned about Augie, the ordinary kid with an extraordinary face, as he went to school for the first time in the book Wonder. And then we marveled together at the relationship that Matt and Etienne formed in Sign of the Beaver as Matt struggled to learn to live in the wilderness. And then we laughed and cried as we read the touching story of the Watsons Go to Birmingham. As a group, you have done remarkable work this year in reading. However, I'd like to pay tribute today to the 5th grade students who led the way in meeting their personal AR goals with 85% comprehension or higher and all 4 quarters. Please stand as I call your name. Zach Barno, Sophie Kuko, Reagan Dick, Morgan Kopitz, Hector Buchai, Jillian Dion, Savannah Moncrief, Sophia Sims, Caitlin Ward, Garrick Wolak, Amber Drillette, Joe Ozanich, and Alexis Toole. Congratulations on a job well done. Please welcome Mrs. Youngblood to present the Science Awards.
George Wall once said, "A scientist is in sense a learned small child." Every small child is like a scientist because they have the eagerness to learn and explore. They look at the world around them as something that is exciting and never stop questioning and seeking answers. Some children outgrow this phase in life. Scientists, however, can stay that way all of their lives. This quote describes the students chosen for this award perfectly. Although we have had many outstanding students in science this year, the following students have stood out in the crowd. Not only did they bring enthusiasm and a love for science on a daily basis while we completed experiments and learned our units, but we always appreciated their love for nature and the outside world. Chloe Dansell, Ian Nikolai, and Garrick Wolek, please stand. I am now going to present the Writing Awards. Author Anne Lamott said, "If you are a writer or want to be a writer, this is how you spend your days: listening, observing, storing things away, making your isolation pay off. You take home all you've taken in, all that you've overheard, and you turn it into gold, or at least you try." Writing is a great way to capture our thoughts and record the world around us. We have countless wonderful writers in 5th grade, but 5 writers in particular have amazed us this year with their ability to share a story, make us laugh, and make us cry with their writing. You each have your own unique voice. We appreciate your love for writing and your dedication to the art. Never stop writing your stories and never stop sharing them. It is my honor to present Hector Buchai, Kendall Curtis, Reagan Dick, Reed Johnson, and Anna Schneider with the Angell Elementary Writing Award. Congratulations. I have one more person I would like to honor before I sit down, and this person is not a student. This person is Mrs. Lee, so if you could come stand next to me, Mrs. Lee. Mrs. Lee, for those of you who do not know, was my long-term sub while I was out on maternity leave this year. She went above and beyond to make this a great year for all 5th grade students. She jumped right into the curriculum and did a wonderful job in the classroom. On top of being a fabulous teacher, I think the students, Mr. G, Mrs. Schiffman, and Mrs. Ozanich would all agree that Mrs. Lee is one of the most thoughtful people we know. During the week of M-STEP testing, students were greeted daily with encouraging notes and goodies on their desks. Just yesterday, she came in on her own time to help out in the classroom and to hand out congratulation notes to the students. She also made my son Leo a tag blanket that he absolutely loves. She makes everyone feel special. Thank you for all you have done for us, Mrs. Lee. We appreciate you. Let's give Mrs. Lee a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, these are for you. And now let's welcome back Mr. Gigliotti, who will present the final awards.
As most of you may know, 7 years ago, Angell School began a school-wide expectation program called PBIS, Positive Behavior and Intervention Support. Our 3 core expectations while at school are to be kind, safe, and productive. There are 4 students who have done their best each and every day to demonstrate positive behavior in all parts of our school. These students have been outstanding leaders in the 5th grade, as well as positive role models for our younger students. It gives me great pleasure in awarding the PBIS Outstanding Citizen Awards to Elijah Barnett, Avery DeGuano, Kylie Hamlin, and Joseph Ozanich. To continue our program, our 5th grade students will now come forward and receive their certificate of promotion to 6th grade. Each student has thought about and prepared a short quote that has a significant meaning to them and their lives as they move on to middle school. We will begin with Mrs. Ozanich's class, followed by Mrs. Schiffman, and then finally with Mrs. Youngblood's class. Parents, grandparents, whoever's in charge of photos or videos, this is a great opportunity for you. We don't mind if you come on up. All we ask is you don't block this stairway. And when they come across the stage, they will meet with me. They'll get a handshake, and I will hold them as long as you need until we move on to the next student. So Mrs. Ozanich, if you would like to come up. The one thing we do ask, we know we had a lot of applause with our awards, but since we have so many 5th grade students, we do ask that you wait till the end, and we'll applaud for them as a group. Thank you.
Zachary Barno.
I've missed 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over in my life, and that is why I succeed, by Michael Jordan. In order to succeed, you have to keep trying. Even when you fail, you can't give up. You can get up and try again. When I go to Norwalk next year, things will not be as easy. It is going to be harder. As long as I keep trying, there will always be a way to succeed.
Amelia Budnick.
A friend is someone who knows the song in your heart and can sing it back to you when you've forgotten the words. Anonymous. Maybe you think friends are just a person you really like, or someone who completely understands you. I think a friend is someone that will always be at your side on the bumpy road called life, or someone who can find that light to brighten up a dark day. When I came to Angell, my first goal was to make new friends. I had many friends from preschool that were in my class, but I had the chance to make new friends and meet new people. Despite the shy girl I was around some people, I ended up with many friends. If I got the choice between having a true friend or having many fake friends, I would choose having a true friend. If they know the song in your heart, they really are a true friend.
Isaac Cohen.
Friendship is not something you learn in school, but if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything. By Muhammad Ali. I have moved from school to school time to time, and I've met lots of people. Angell wasn't any different on the first day of school. But later in time, it wasn't anything like my other schools. The kids were different in all different ways, and that's a good thing. I've made friends throughout my school years, and they were nothing like the friends I had at Angell. Now I'm going to have to break off from them and go to Norup. But now I know that they'll always be my friends, and I'll always be theirs.
Sophie Kuko.
Working hard is important, but there is something that matters even more: believing in yourself. From Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. When I came to Angell, I compared myself to others. My family and peers were all people I compared myself to. I tried so hard to be like other people and be better than them. I regret doing this because I didn't think I could be as smart as the other kids. Even though I worked very hard in class, I was missing something. I didn't believe that I could do better, and without that, working hard is worth nothing. I needed to have confidence in myself. As I leave Angell and go to Anderson, I am a smarter and better person because I was surrounded by great people. I know now not to compare myself to them, but to use them as examples of how to be a better person. I will be sad to leave Angell, but I am ready to go to Anderson. I want to push myself to be the best person I can be. Even though good things and bad things will happen, I know to always believe in myself and never give up.
Avery DeGuano.
I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something. But I can't accept not trying. Michael Jordan. I always thought that I had to be perfect, that I had to be great at everything I tried, and that if I failed, I wouldn't be able to try it again. But this year, I've learned that you need to take chances. You need to make mistakes. And yes, sometimes I'm going to fail, but that's what makes me human. When I go to Anderson, I'm going to walk through those doors knowing that it's okay if I make a mistake. It's okay because I'm going to get there no matter how many mistakes I make. What matters the most is that I tried.
Marley Dansell.
People make mistakes. That's why pencils have erasers. By unknown. When I made a mistake when I was younger, I sometimes didn't know what to do to fix it. Now that I'm older, I know that if I make a mistake, I could erase it and start out fresh. Sometimes that doesn't work. The pencil mark stays there, even after it erases. The mistake leaves a mark in life. However, I know that won't be the end of the world. I only know that I could throw the paper into the recycling bin. This is like going to middle school. If I make a mistake, I won't be sad. I know I will be given a fresh start every day.
Reagan Dick.
If you ain't scared, you ain't human, by Albie from the book Maze Runner. What a perfect quote for middle school. I know I always go on everybody's back for bad grammar, especially for the use of the word ain't, but I feel like this quote from one of my favorite series really describes what I tell myself about going to Anderson. You have to be at least a little bit scared, nervous, or intimidated about going to Anderson. I know I am. If you're not, then, like Albie implies, you probably aren't human. Throughout all my time at Angell, I've been scared for everything. Making new friends, the first day of school, going out of my comfort zone academically, and making speeches. And also learned that it's okay to be scared. It's perfectly fine to be terrified to do new things. I've never made a speech before, especially in front of a large crowd such as this. It's okay for me to be terrified because I'm only human. If I'm not scared for middle school, then I am not human.
Aiden Eldridge.
You don't practice and get it right. You don't practice until you get it right. You practice until you can't get it wrong. By Anonymous. When I am at soccer practice, I don't make the shot every time. So when I do, I don't quit. I keep going until I can't get it wrong. Then I practice the same shot over and over again. Then I move on to another skill that I'm lacking. When I go to middle school, I will do the same thing. When I study and get it right, I don't just move on. I keep studying.
Grace Garska.
Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Walk beside me and be my friend. By Unknown. Once I left Our Lady of La Salette, I did not know what to do. I knew no one. I was not myself. I tried to dress like other people. I did not know better, and I followed. I walked behind others, and I was not myself. In 3rd grade, my teacher helped. In 4th grade was hard, but my teacher helped. But in 5th grade, I'm starting to learn on my own. But at Anderson, it's me. I will have my successes and my failures by myself. But through all of that, I have mostly learned I will never in my life walk in front of others. I won't walk behind others. I will only walk beside people. I'm not a follower, I'm myself.
Hayden Groves.
The only thing you need to do to be is to believe you can be special. Arthur Unknown. At Angell, I learned to see myself as special. When things are hard at Anderson, I remember that I am special and I can learn things, even if they are hard. I'm going to miss Angell and all the people I got to know there.
Molly Haru.
Laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever. By Walt Disney. One thing I'm sure that I'm really nervous about is middle school, and I know that laughter is timeless, and that I'll have my friends to make me laugh and get me through the crazy new ride called Anderson. As we move forward, I will know and remember that dreams are forever, and one dream is succeeding in middle school. And Angell has helped me do that, made me realize the person I am, who my true friends are, and helped me recognize the fake ones. I remember when I was little, I always thought that it would be cool to be in 5th grade, to be in middle school. And now that it is finally happening, it's almost hard to believe. But my imagination isn't going to turn off or get old with me. I imagine middle school as an opportunity. Thank you, Angell. Thank you, 5th grade. Thank you, middle school, for giving me a middle school-sized nervous pit in my stomach and giving me new opportunities. So, as we move forward, remember, laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever.
Morgan Kopitz.
Water which is too pure has no fish, by Sai Ken Tan. Ever since I stepped into Angell on the first day of kindergarten, I have made mistakes. I'd get upset every time I did because I didn't know what to do. I thought that making mistakes was the worst thing you could possibly do. But as I got older, I realized I wasn't making the same mistakes I made years ago. Or I made some of the same mistakes, but I now knew how to solve the problem. Even something as simple as leaving my homework at home, I would now know what to do. I realized I was learning from my mistakes. Learning to listen, learning to be smart, learning who my friends are. These mistakes have shaped me into a better person. I know that you learn from your mistakes, and that's how you live. I know in Anderson, I will make a ton of mistakes, more than I ever have. But I know that I will learn from my mistakes. I know that I can never be perfect. Perfect is something everyone strives for, but not me. I know that being perfect means I won't learn. Being perfect means that I will fail. Because if I've learned anything from my elementary years, it's that it's better to make mistakes and to learn from them than to be perfect.
Brett Lehman.
You Can't Beat the Person Who Never Gives Up by Babe Ruth. When I was in kindergarten, I would give up and have the work beat me until the very first assignment in middle school. In 5th grade, I knew it would be hard, but I tried till I completed it. At that point, I knew I could do a lot of the work. Although it would be hard, I knew that I would never let the work beat me, and I would beat the work this time. I was finally the person who never gave up. And now that I know what not giving up feels like, I will never give up on my family, on school, on my friends, on life. I will always stay strong and strive for greatness.
Adriana Lomax.
As I look back on life, I realized that every time I thought I was being rejected, I was actually being redirected to something better, by Steve Monbel. All throughout my life, I try to appreciate the little things, like how my mom is always there for me, how my dad is always helping me with my bonfires, and how Thomas gives me the best advice. When I was younger, I thought I would sometimes get rejected, no matter how hard I tried or how many times I did something. Now, as I'm a little bit older and a little bit wiser, I understand that it's okay to be rejected sometimes because there's always going to be something better. It all depends on how you look at it.
Ryan Mallory Williams.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, by Kevin Durant. I've been at Angell since kindergarten. I've noticed that some things will be hard for you and easy for others. The reason why is because everyone is different. It's frustrating seeing someone doing something you can't do yet, but it just means you need to work harder. Next year when I'm at Anderson, I will make sure I will focus on what we need to learn so I can understand everything. My name is Ryan Mallory Williams, and I am somebody.
Lily Masick.
Friendship is not something you learn in school, but if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything. By Muhammad Ali. The first time I walked through the doors of Angell, I didn't know anybody. I was very shy and afraid. Then in first grade, I made a friend, and I wasn't so shy and afraid anymore. I am still friends with that person today. I make more new friends as I continue to go to Angell. I learned that friends can help you be less unsure about going to a new school. At Anderson Middle School, I may still be shy and afraid at first, but I know I will make lots of new friends, and I will be okay.
Riley McCombs.
Music to me is the air that I breathe. It's the blood that pumps through my veins that keeps me alive, by Billy Joe Armstrong. Music is what has been helping me all through Angell. When I got frustrated or when I got upset or mad, I kept going with music and whatever subject I was working on in my head. Music is going to help me through middle school, high school, and it's a thing that will keep me alive. But it's kind of sad that I'm leaving Angell. My dad and mom are proud of me, but it's sad too. Like my mom and dad are probably crying right now. But let middle school come, and I'll make it through the years with music on my side.
Morgan Newby.
Most people see themselves a certain way their entire lives. When they go through a massive change, such as losing weight, they have to learn to see themselves in a new way, by Jennifer Hudson. When I came to Angell, everything was changing. I had to learn to do things in a different way, like going to Respect Circle, using planners every day, and doing home links. I noticed that change is hard. Then I found friends that made that change easier. But then I saw I wasn't the same girl I was a year ago. I felt smarter, and I felt like I could take on anything, even something big like middle school. I was a better me and learned to look at myself differently.
Ian Nikolai.
I think that from the time you start playing sports as a child, you see that your responsibility to your team is to play the best that you can as an individual, and yet not take anything away from being part of the team, by Wayne Gretzky. You start school young to learn how to be part of the team. Students, parents, and teachers make up the team in school. To be a part of the team, as a student, you have to turn in your homework, pay attention in class, and study. In addition, I will have a new and bigger team, and I know I won't let the team down. I will continue to turn in all my homework, continue to study for tests, and continue to pay attention in class.
Evan Schwartz.
You have to expect things of yourself before you can do them, by Michael Jordan. When I was younger in school, I didn't expect things of myself. I just did it. I didn't care if it was right or not. I just wanted it done. Now, when I walked in the doors to 5th grade, I realized if I want to do things right, I have to expect things of myself. Then I can actually do them. When I move on to Anderson, I'm going to expect things of myself. My goal is to only earn B's or higher. The only way I can do that is if I expect things of myself.
Hillary Snook.
Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. By Albert Schweitzer. There are things I love to do. I love social studies. I love to read. I love art. When you love something, you work harder at it. You really enjoy what you're doing. Last year, I didn't really like social studies, so I didn't really work hard at it. This year, I loved what I learned and was very successful. Next year at Anderson, I will try to find something I love in every subject. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful.
Haley Stevenson.
Nobody cleared a path for themselves by giving up, by Alicia Bissett. In my path of elementary years, I changed from a kindergartner to an amazing fifth grader. There are times when I wanted to give up, but I knew I had to keep going to clear that path. I will start a new path when I walk through those doors of Anderson. I will work harder throughout that time. At Anderson, I will clear a path of amazement without giving up. I hope that path will be so clear you could see my success upon it.
Christian Tubbs.
Some people think that football is a matter of life and death. I don't like that attitude. I can assure them it's much more serious than that. By Bill Shankly. Some people think that school is just about learning, but I can assure you that it's much more serious than that. Besides learning, you make great friends and great memories. Some people might be sad thinking about moving to Anderson, but I know that it is a great opportunity because we will make even more friends and even better memories. We will also bond with the teachers.
All right. Eli Barnett.
You have to be at your strongest when you're at your weakest, caution wisdom. When you're not picked to be on the good team in kickball or you get bullied in school, you have to be strong to get through it. I was bullied this year. I tried to laugh it off. On the outside, I was strong. On the inside, I was weak. Sometimes you have to tell an adult. I've gotten stronger throughout elementary school. I feel ready for the move to Anderson Middle School. Stay strong, 5th grade.
Kelly Bonner.
Life is like a roller coaster. It has ups and downs, but it's your choice to scream or enjoy the ride. Anonymous. My life is like a roller coaster. I've gotten great grades, a high point, but also had lows when I've gotten bullied. Now that I'm going to Anderson, I realize that I should just push through the hard times and get through them. I've enjoyed my ride at Angell, and I've had way more ups than downs. Remember, it's your choice to scream or enjoy the ride. Enjoy Anderson.
Hector Buchai.
The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Albert Einstein. I believe that elementary school will answer many of the questions you have as a child, but with that, you will learn more and generate even more questions. Elementary school just opens your eyes to the real world. I got lucky with my intelligence, and it has exceeded what my math teacher wanted in 4th grade, and I got to go to learn math in middle school this year. I have learned from this that elementary school is just the beginning of all this questioning. It never stops. So if I could leave a message behind, it would be to do it right. Work and work as hard as you can when it comes to school. Just because it is the beginning, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it correctly.
Jana Chaikin.
Why fit in when you were born to stand out? Dr. Seuss. When I first started school, I saw that everyone tried to do something to fit in and be cool. Then I thought, why should I? Once in 3rd grade, my friend asked me to be mean to another classmate. When she was telling everyone to be mean, I was thinking, why should I be mean to this girl? She's done nothing to me. When everyone was being mean, I was being nice. I learned to be myself. And don't forget, stay true to who you are.
Sydney Crenshaw.
Just believe in yourself. Even if you don't, pretend that you do, and at some point you will. By Venus Williams. Although every day isn't perfect, it doesn't mean you need to give up on yourself. There are days when I didn't get the grade I hoped for, or when I felt like I just didn't do my best, but throughout it all, I never stopped trying or believing in myself. I have learned that if you stop believing in yourself, you never push yourself to be better. And if you stop pushing yourself, you will never succeed.
Casey Crescenti.
You are responsible for your own happiness. Unknown. Sometimes people have bad days, but usually don't do anything about it. One time I was feeling sad at lunch, but I didn't try to be happy again. All I did was sit there and feel sorry for myself. I could be having fun with my friends. At Anderson, I will be responsible for my own happiness. There might be a few bad days, but I know that I can stay positive, and I always have my friends to help me.
Jillian Dion.
Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Albert Einstein. Every day there are challenges, some worse than others. This past year, my dog Peyton died. When I came to school, I didn't tell anyone except for my friend Casey. But that same morning, my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Schiffman, gave me a Unit 5 math test. I thought I'd never be able to pass this test, but I did. Now I realize that no matter how difficult the challenge is, you need to keep moving. At Anderson, things will be harder, but I know I have what it takes to keep moving.
Beautiful. Emily Halloran.
Life is like a camera. Focus on what is important, capture the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things do not work out, take another shot. Ziad K. Adna Moore. One time when I did not do well on a math test, I was bummed. But I knew there was a test in a couple weeks. I studied hard. I felt like my brain was going to explode. When Miss Schiffman handed me the test, I took out my pencil. My hand trembled as I did my best. After I took the test, I had mixed feelings about my possible score. I wasn't sure I would do as well as I wanted. I got the test back, and I got a 96%. I was jumping for joy. I had focused and took another shot.
Kevin Herrera.
I'd rather attempt to do something great and fail than to attempt to do nothing and succeed, by Robert H. Schiller. In 4th grade, I took a fraction test in Mrs. McVeigh's class. I got 26 on my math test. I was really sad. But then I took another math test on multiplication and got almost 100. I got 95. So now I know that at Anderson, I'd rather try to do something great and fail than not try at all. You won't always be successful at everything, but trying your best is what matters.
Beautiful. Drew Kirby.
Success isn't given, it's earned. On the track, the field, and in the gym. With sweat, blood, and the occasional tear. Nike. Angell was a gym for me. One time I didn't do so well in my Made in Michigan project. I felt pretty bad. Next time there was an important assignment, I worked hard. You could slide blood or sweat. Next year, Anderson will be my new gym. I know success won't be given. It's mine to earn, with blood, sweat, and the occasional tear.
Savannah Moncrief.
Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few." Matthew chapter 9, verse 37. There are many ways to see this quote, but one way I see it is many people have great talents, but few use those talents. See, I've played the piano since the age of 3, but there was a time, back in the day, actually a few years ago, where I hadn't taken lessons for a while. I used to walk by my keyboard but not practice or play it. One day, I heard a beautiful song called Free Release, and I decided, since I've been given the talent to play the piano, I should use it. Now I'm playing in competitions and talent shows. Many people have a talent, but don't use it and always regret it. So don't be that regretful person. If you've been given a talent, don't be afraid to use it. This also relates to school. If you're great at a subject and can rock it, go for it. Don't be afraid. Don't be that regretful person. Savannah out.
Kaylee Murray.
You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Anonymous. One time somebody asked me, "What did you get on your science test?" I responded, "Not a good score." She asked, "Well, what is it?" I replied, 72%, and that's not a good score. That's a C-. I was upset. The next few weeks, all I could think about was that score on my test. I thought to myself, something important. I can't keep holding on to this forever. I just need to let it go. So the next day, I forgot about my last test score. I studied so hard for my next test. I got my new science test back, and she asked me again, "What did you get on your science test?" I replied, "A great score." She asked, "Well, what is it?" I said, 97%, an A. I felt really good about it. Next year, I look forward to middle school because I have learned from my mistake, and I will do whatever I can to make myself a better student.
Beautiful. Logan Robbins Hensler.
Believe in what you want to believe. Nothing can and nothing will change what you want to believe. By Logan. I believe in ghosts. I believe in crazy creatures. I believe in what I want to believe, and I am the one with the power to change my mind. I rule my own life. I am dependent, and I make my own choices. Keep believing in yourself, and anything is possible.
Beautiful. Emily Shepard.
There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Zig Ziglar. As I think back to all my years in elementary school, I used to think that all of my accomplishments, pride, and success would come easily. But now I know it takes time, work, and patience to succeed. For example, in first grade, I was talking while Mrs. Ovius was talking to the class on the rug, so I got sent back to my seat. Now that I'm older, I know that Mrs. Ovius was just trying to help me succeed and learn. I hope that at middle school, my teachers will help me just like my teachers helped me here at Angell. Watch out, Anderson, here I come.
Sophia Sims.
The road to success is always under construction. Lily Tomlin. This means success does not come easy. Just like driving to any of your favorite destinations in Michigan, you are going to encounter some construction that may take you on a detour or down a bumpy road. It is your choice to push through it and move on, or turn around and go home. For example, when I was trying to meet my reading goal for the second quarter, I got a low comprehension score on one of my nonfiction books. It brought my average comprehension down so low that I had to read a book a night for a whole week. I also learned a math lesson. It is very hard to bring up an average, but I finally brought it up because I worked hard. When I go to Anderson, I will keep this in mind. If I have to take a detour or the road becomes bumpy, I need to remember that the road to success is always under construction.
Nick Vlahakis.
Loud and slow, dude. Okay. Your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. Leo Buscalia. What I noticed through my...
What I noticed. I can't do it. Yes, you can. All right. What I noticed through my 6 years at school is that my talents are social, making friends, hanging out at recess, and gym. School has always been hard for me, but my 5th grade teachers helped me a lot, especially when we switch classes. I know my teachers think I don't like them and that I don't care about school, but I wish I could go back in time and show them how much I like them and how much they have really changed me. Good job. Caitlin Ward.
You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one, unknown. When I was in 4th grade, I always got bad grades on my spelling tests. I had to push all the negative thoughts aside. When I got home, I didn't just sit there and feel bad. Me and my mom studied for the next spelling test. A week later, when I got my spelling test back, I got a good grade on it. I really tried hard. I wouldn't have got a good grade on my spelling test if I kept thinking how terrible I am in spelling. Thinking of the positive motivated me to ask for help. I learned if you were disappointed in yourself, you need to forget about it and try harder next time. Remember, there is always other chances.
Jalen Weber.
Your heart is just a beatbox for the song of your life by Unknown. Even though I had a lot of fun at Angell, I know I'll have even more at Anderson. Goodbye, Angell, and hello, Anderson.
Morgan Wesley.
Surround yourself with those who make you happy. Unknown. Over the years, the people that didn't make me happy brought me down. The people who did make me happy helped me become accomplished and succeed. Once when I was working on writing in 2nd grade, some kids in my class were looking and whispering about me. They said, "Look at her freakish clothes. She's such a nerd." My heart was beating fast, and I burst into tears as I ran into the hall. Thankfully, my friends, those people who make me happy, came out and told me to ignore it. Now that I'm moving on to middle school, I realize that things will happen. I'll just have to move on and shake it off. Surround yourself with those who make you happy.
Garrick Wolak. Nice and low.
If plan A doesn't work, just remember the alphabet has 25 more letters. Unknown. What did you get on the math test? Hector asked me. I got a C, I said, disappointed. What did you get? I asked. A B minus, he replied as we walked out of the classroom. At least we can do corrections to improve our grade, Hector said. Yay, more homework, I thought sarcastically. But I did them and ended up with a B plus on the test. So whatever you do, don't give up. Sayonara, Angell.
Nico Bronzetti.
Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light, by Helen Keller. In my years at Angell, I would have a hard time keeping friends. In 1st grade, I got some friends, but one drifted away. But the other friend stayed as a great friend over the years. During the years at Angell, I made a lot of friends. And I was in the dark, but I was happy that I had friends. Right now, I'm in the light with friends, and I'm happy. I hope that my friendships from Angell continue, and that I make new friendships at Anderson to last.
Kendall Curtis.
Happiness can be found in even the darkest of times if one remembers to turn on the light. Albus Dumbledore. When I started at Angell in 2nd grade, I had trouble adjusting to a new school. Whenever I felt sad or was having a bad day, I would think the whole day was going to be bad. Through my elementary years, I've learned to turn on the light for not just myself, but for others too. Hard things happen in life, and you might want to give up, but you can always turn on the light. When I go to middle school, I can always remember to turn on the light for myself and new peers around me.
Chloe Dansell.
If plan A doesn't work, the alphabet has 25 more letters, by Claire Cook. Throughout my years in Angell, I have learned some things can be hard, but you can't give up. Sometimes I don't do well on a test, but the next time I take one, I know to try harder. Or if I don't know the answer to a math test, I try a few different ways and see if I get the same answer. Life is hard sometimes, and when it's not easy, you shouldn't give up. You should try again until you get it.
Isaac Dean.
A smile is happiness you'll find right under your nose, by Tom Wilson. All of my years at Angell, my nickname has always been Smiles. Also, whenever I receive a Respect Circle award, it has always been, "Isaac, you deserve this award because whenever you walk in that door, you make my day 1,000 times better." I will be sad to leave Angell, but very happy to go to Anderson. Angell Elementary has given me many memories. When I go to Anderson, I hope to make people's days better.
Amber Drolet.
The
most important thing is to enjoy your life, to be happy. It's all that matters. In my years at Angell, I have figured out how to grow. I've grown to know that being happy is the best gift that I can give to myself and the people around me. When I wasn't happy, I just made it harder for everyone around me. But when I was happy, I could help the people around me. Being happy made it easier for everyone. It has taught me to help everyone.
Brooklyn Ferris.
And we do not remember days, we remember moments, says our Pavis. And days are moments, which then those moments turn into lasting memories. Some people take life for granted. At least that's how I see it. Moments are special, but some people do not think of it like that. Some people count down to days, and they don't realize that in days are the moments that will last forever. Moments are what makes life special, and at Angell Elementary, there are memories that will live on with us through life. At Angell Elementary, you go to 5th grade camp and have these amazing adventures with your friends.
Kylie Hamlin.
Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you land among the stars. Norman Vincent Peale. In my years at Angell Elementary, I have learned that if you have a goal, you should never give up on it. I always set goals for myself and try to get as close as possible. Even if I don't, I am still close and will try harder next time. When I set my reading goal, I always try to make it. Even though I don't always get there, I still become a better reader. Every time I set goals, I try to make them harder and more challenging and harder every time. So even if I don't get there, I'm motivated to try harder.
Alyssa Hornack.
Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow, by Helen Keller. In the past, I didn't know anything about being kind to people that were mean to me. I have also gotten better at that they can bring me down when they hurt my feelings. When I do that, it shows me that when someone is being mean to me or to someone else, I can teach that someone to make that stop. Also, it will help me get friends because they will know I won't be mean to them. For my whole life, that will get me through my school year without being in the shadow. My school year helped get through hard times at school and at home. Even times when I felt sad, someone has always been by my side.
Reed Johnson.
If you wait for the perfect moment when all is safe and assured, it may never arrive. Mountains will not be climbed, races won, or lasting happiness achieved. Maurice Chevalier. Every year at Angell, I had hard times and good times. As I moved up each grade, my brain stored more and more knowledge. When I got to 5th grade, I felt the smartest I have ever been. Teachers make learning fun, so some days I couldn't wait to get to school. I met most of my friends at Angell, and will make even more at Anderson next year. My years at Angell really helped me in middle school, high school, and college. Without Angell, I would be less smart, less social, and have less fun. I will be very sad to leave Angell, but very happy to go to Anderson next year.
Sawyer Jones.
It's time to say goodbye, but I think goodbyes are sad, and I'd much rather say hello. Hello to a new adventure, by Ernie Harwell. Moving on. Moving on is important in life. You need to move on from a lot of things. For me, it's moving on from 5th grade. I've only been an Angell for a year. I have made new friends that I will have for a long time. But I have to move on from Angell. Anderson is a time to make new friends, have that favorite teacher or subject. Middle school is a new adventure for all of us. New changes, new people. When I leave Angell and go to Anderson, it won't be goodbye because I still have the memories. It'll be hello. Hello to new friends, new places. Hello to a new adventure.
Grace Marley.
Hope is like the sun, which, as we journey toward it, casts the shadow of our burden behind us, by Samuel Smiles. I bet everyone has lost someone one time in your life. The 2nd grade was the worst. But I'm over that year and onto this great year. Angell is my home away from home. Mrs. Lee and Mrs. Youngblood have been there and supported me. Tomorrow we will be moving on to a new school and new friends, but I know we will still hold Angell in our hearts.
Seth Mantor.
The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination, by Albert Einstein. In my years in Angell, I've learned that knowledge isn't the key to get through life, it's imagination. Knowledge is mostly made up of things that are true, things that exist. Imagination is made up of things or events that could happen, where anything is possible and there are no limits. Sometimes, knowing a lot doesn't make you good at school. It's combining that knowledge with your imagination and boosting your abilities. Albert Einstein was not really good at school. He didn't know all the answers, but he had a great imagination, and look how far that got him. Knowing a lot has got me far in life, but my imagination combined with all my knowledge has made me the best that I can be.
Melvin Miller.
I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed, by Michael Jordan. Every time I messed up, I learned from my mistakes. It made me a better person. So remember when we were going to get a math test in a couple of days. So every day our teacher told us to study before the test. But I thought that I was going to get a good score. But when I got it back, it was pretty bad. So next time I studied and got a better score than last time. That's why it's okay to make mistakes as long as you grow from them. When I get to middle school, I will make more mistakes, but I will learn from them.
Joe Ozanich.
Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn, by Benjamin Franklin. People tell me things and I forget what they told me. People teach me and I remember, but when I am involved, I learn the skills I need. For example, in 4th grade, I made a flashlight. I will never forget that Mrs. Burns involved me in that experience. I think my years at Angell have helped me become the person I am today. Sure, my handwriting is bad and I should work on that, but I am a great reader, and with the support of friends and family, I am the person I am today. I'm also obsessed with Ben Franklin.
Trent Phillips.
Your big opportunity may be where you are right now, by Napoleon Hill. Through my years at Angell, I've had opportunities for everything, from makeup work to after-school activities. They led me to how I am now. And saying the speech is an opportunity. To me, the quote says, life's opportunities are in the present, because life's an opportunity. Live it with the best ones.
Joshua Reedy.
Step with great care and great tact, and remember life is a great balancing act, by Dr. Seuss. In my years of being at Angell, all my teachers have been helping me stay focused. An example is when I got off task and I had to be redirected. That goes with my quote because when it says step with great care, it means step with great care with your learning and not to get off task, but to pay attention. As I go off to Anderson, things will not be the same, but I will have to get used to the new rotations of middle school.
Anna Schneider.
Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, by Forrest Gump. When I started at Angell in kindergarten, I didn't really know what was going to happen academically, physically, or anything like that. I was scared about my first year and my years coming. Then I realized that life was like a box of chocolates. Things could be good, things could be bad. All I had to do was to get myself through things I didn't know and didn't want to do. Like when I had to take a 6th grade math test that was very difficult, but I got through the challenge of an academic opportunity that helped me grow, knowing what I can and can't do. And that's how I ended up here, ready to go to middle school.
Ella Thiel.
Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened by Dr. Seuss. Sometimes I need to remind myself that I had such a good time here at Angell. I'm probably going to bawl my eyes out crying when I have to leave, but I will always remember Angell, and that will bring a smile to my face. I am thankful for all the amazing friends and all the wonderful teachers I have had. The thing that will remind me not to cry is to always smile when I think about Angell, because I can always visit.
Alexis Toole.
You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today, by Abraham Lincoln. During my years at Angell, we were given more responsibilities as we got older. For example, we were given more homework. I have learned you can't not do your homework today, then get away with doing it again tomorrow. It really piles up. Abraham Lincoln was someone to look up to even now. During my years at Angell, I would think, what would Abraham Lincoln do if he was here and in my situation? Abraham Lincoln always fixed his problems with honesty. That's what everyone, not just at Angell, but everywhere, needs to do. Think of what Abraham Lincoln would do if he was in your situation in everyday life.
Max Walstead.
Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. All throughout my Angell years, I had success in the subjects, but that did not last forever. It was on again, off again. I also had some failure, but that did not last forever either. But all this did not matter because I had the courage to continue, and that made me a better student. And as I go to Anderson, I hope to remember to always try my best, even if there's a challenge.
Jesse Wilder.
Education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one, by Malcolm Forbes. In my years at Angell, my goal was to replace my mind with education. Education has changed my life at Angell. It's always important to load your brain full of education. Education is the key to life, success, opportunities, and many more things. In order to educate yourself, you need to be open to new experiences. I hope that in my future at Anderson, I can continue filling my mind with tons of education.
Let's give a final round of applause for all of the Angell Elementary class of 2016. We would like to thank all of you for being here today and sharing in this celebration. Our Angell students are an outstanding group of children, and we look forward to hearing and seeing many wonderful accomplishments from many, many years to come. I do want to let you know that tomorrow at approximately 8:20 a.m., we are going to do a clap out with all of our soon-to-be middle schoolers. They will be exiting out Mrs. Watkins' door where the ramp is. So if you'd like to get one more memory, one last photo, it'll be 8:20, and you'll want to be right outside that area. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain in your seated area as our students are going to process out of the auditorium. So if everybody would please, hold on. All right, we'd ask that everybody please stand at this time. And remember, parents, grandparents, families, and friends, after all of our students have exited, you may meet them in the lobby. Congratulations, our new middle schoolers.